Hello, thank you for stopping by. In the continued connection between my projects, we are looking at today's Christian rock song of the day, Forsaken by Skillet, referencing nothing but logic and a dictionary to discuss what this song really means. Before we get started, just remember that this is one opinion critique that I am rationalizing with logic. If you have other thoughts and opinions, please feel free to discuss those in a respectful way. Additionally, remember that we are looking at the song individually and not as part of an album. Forsaken was written by John Cooper and released as the first track on the album Collide. Collide was released twice, once under Ardent Records and once under Lava Records. There is a link to the song in the description. We want to talk briefly about the form to understand how the sections connect together. Here we have verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, verse 3, chorus, outro. We're going to cover all these sections a little, but let's still look at which ones are lyrically different. Verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, verse 2, and the bridge. This gives us 5 lyrically different sections. Before we dive too far into the lyrics, here is the definition of forsaken: abandoned and deserted. Let's just tuck that away in case we need it again. This song kicks off with, "I recall going madly in love with you." This starts with remembering, similar to another song we've looked at, but this seems to take a different spin. In this line, it is a little hard to tell who the you is. Logically, the you is who the song is being sung to, but that's not all that helpful. This could be a significant other, God, or yourself, maybe a family member, but you typically don't use that language in that case. Then the same would go for a pet. This continues with, "And I remember this, how could I forget?" This is just a continued explanation that whoever the first line is about is not something forgettable. But is anything you fall madly in love with forgettable? Now, the verse takes a little shift, and it's all very connected. "Regret is a needle in my neck. It's slowly filling me with poison spreading to my chest." This regret seems to be connected with the memory of falling in love with whoever the song is being sung to. I do find this metaphor very powerful. This is something that has such a hold over the singer that the regret is killing them. It is a poison spreading and infecting the heart. Maybe that memory needs to be let go. This is all of verse 1, and it is well written. You can get a little hooked on what is going to happen, and you can connect with that regret, that memory that you can't get rid of that makes you hate yourself. The pre-chorus is just one line: "Take my pain and numb me from this." This is a cry for help to remove the regret in this case. This leads us to the chorus. Let's look at this as a whole, as it is very connected. This is sung twice. "Why do I have to beg when all that is left is a memory forsaken?" Here we have some issues. First, it is still not clear who is being begged to. Oneself does seem to be a solid option, as regretting your own actions is a common thing, but begging yourself seems weird, but I guess not out of possibility. We also have the idea of a memory forsaken. If we bring back our definition, we can see this is an abandoned memory. Now, to me, most memories that are abandoned are forgotten, but this seems to be very clearly remembered. But maybe that's the point, and one that at least I can connect to. Something can trigger a memory, a scent or a place, picture or word, and then you can have that memory brought back clear as day. In a lot of cases, this is a good thing and desired. This is one reason to take pictures. Sometimes the memory that comes back is something that is very negative, something that has been left behind and deserted. When that memory reappears, the pain can be devastating. It can bring you to a halt on whatever you're doing. At first glance, this chorus felt very disconnected. You start to think that a memory forsaken is forgotten and gone, but a lot of things that are abandoned, however, can come back to haunt you. Verse 2 starts with, I recall pledging my sole devotion to you. It reminds me how. This, again, brings the question of who the you is. It is still very possible to be oneself, but it feels a little weird. I guess this is not any more weird than falling madly in love with yourself. The other thing to look at here is, what is this reminding you how to do? Before you say it's connected to the next line, is it really a reminder that you are now on your knees? I think, if anything, this is a reminder of how to pledge that devotion to the you of the line. Verse 2 continues with, now I am on my knees. My guilt consumes, lost the will in me. This is really just an explanation of where the singer is now, how broken the singer feels, and how hard it is for the singer to go on. Verse 2 closes with, wasting away before you. Hold me closer, please. This very much no longer feels like we can say it is the you is yourself. This is that call for help, just like we saw in the chorus. This verse feels not as good as the rest of the song. It feels like the only way to explain it is if the you has shifted. Is there a shift, or is there some weird self-hugging imagery going on here? We come to a pre-chorus, which connects nicely to that last line of verse 2, and then we get another chorus. If the you has changed, then the chorus stops making as much sense, at least to me. The bridge is interesting. It starts with some yeahs, and then we see you break me, forsaken, sung twice, and at the end we get this you're breaking me. This again is interesting, as the you is still up for debate on who it is. In this context, the argument can still be made that it is oneself, that you are breaking yourself with these forsaken memories. At the same time, this does seem like a good spot to reveal that the you and me is the same person. Verse 3 is really just the first two lines of verse 1. I would call it part of the bridge, if not for the guitar solo separating them. Maybe it's actually bridge 2. The final chorus adds the words, tell me, at the beginning, but that doesn't seem to alter the meaning by too much, at least. The tell me could just easily be directed at oneself as an outside source. The song closes with an outro that has some yeahs, a forsaken, and tell me why. This doesn't seem to give us any answers, but shows us the continued struggle we have seen throughout the song. Overall, to me, this song has a solid start and falls apart once it hits verse 2. Either the you is switching, or it has something that seems to not make a lot of sense. I personally would be happy to sing along with the first verse and chorus of the song, but after that, I find I might be better to just kind of stop singing until I can figure out what's going on. Who do you think the you is? This something I missed? Let me know in the comments, and maybe we can find a deeper meaning. Thank you for watching. If you like this style of analysis, then subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of this content. And until next time, think before you sing.